Well, good morning. We welcome you to this second edition of Preach Today. I'm Dale Jenkins, and very happy to be with you today. And we are really excited today. There are a lot of good things happening, and I am very excited today to welcome a good friend of mine to our program. I want to welcome Joy. It's good to see you, Brother Sparks.
Hey, Dale, great to see you as well.
So
Beautiful day.
it's a beautiful day. Looks like you're in your car.
I am.
So where are you?
I'm driving. No, I'm not driving.
Don't drive.
I am in the I'm in the Graymere Church of Christ parking lot.
Yes, sir.
Got some preachers from all over that are in the auditorium here in the building behind me and talking about Psalms and preaching from the Psalms. Great preaching workshop that Andrew Phillips and the other ministry team here at Graymere and their elders put together and are
They are so gracious with
always
that program.
yeah, it's
Get just
fantastic. It's always
good.
been great.
How's it been so far today?
It's been good. Heard one lesson until I was interrupted with this phone call, but otherwise it was. No, it was. It's been great so far. So look
All
forward
right.
to the rest of the day.
I wish I could be there. I'm actually in Gatlinburg, Tennessee right now. I was speaking yesterday in Cleveland, Tennessee, and I made a decision when I realized this was going to happen in CYC coming up this weekend. I usually come to CYC a few days early. I thought I'd come even a couple of days earlier than that and spend some time studying and working on various projects. And so I'll be isolating basically in Pigeon Forge and walking some trails and getting out and doing some prep work for spring meadows and some things like that. So I got a lot of good stuff I'm getting to do the next few days. But man, we have this great new podcast that we've started, Preach Today, and you are our first official guest.
Well, it's an honor. I'm great. I'm glad to be first. That's good.
So let's quickly tell a little bit about you. You grew up in Walker County, the great county of Walker, and you're
Alabama. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, you're presently the preacher at the Parish Church of Christ, where you've been for 6 years now.
Six and a half. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! I mean,
Almost 6.5, I guess. Yeah.
that's hard to believe. It's your first preaching work. Prior to that, you were at the Midway congregation, which isn't a long way away from there, for a number of years as their associate or youth and family minister. I don't know what the official title was, but you did a lot of different
Right.
things. But primary, I think they wanted you to work with young people there.
Correct. Yep. That's right.
And then you have a little side job you do.
A little bit. Yeah.
You
Yep.
get bugged by me all the time.
That's yeah. That comes with the territory. What do they call that? Whatever the dangers are that come with the job. I can't. My mind's going blank now.
A necessary evil, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Joy helps us with so many details of things with the Jenkins Institute. There is no way that we could let people know how much he does and express our appreciation to him. But we have a specific thing we want to spend our time talking about today. We want to try to stay concise. We try to keep this rather brief. But today we want to talk about something that you helped me with greatly, and I want to unpack it for a minute. Some of you are familiar with dashboards, and you probably have dashboards in various places in your life already. You have a dashboard in your car, and it tells you the speed you're going and the temperature perhaps, and maybe the time, and maybe it gives you some diagnostics on the car, how many miles per gallon you're getting, or if there's a tire that's low. It gives you all sorts of information that kind of helps you. It's not like taking it to a specialist, but it gives you all sorts of information, helps you kind of diagnose your car and how it's doing. What are some other dashboards we have?
That's the main one I was thinking about. It's art imitating life for me because I'm staring at my dashboard
Oh,
as I do this.
and is it telling you anything bad? Is all good?
My oil change thing. It's 10% of its oil life left. I need to get an oil change soon.
So when it gets down to zero, you know you need to do something, right? The dashboard alerts you
Right.
what's
Yep.
going on, and it keeps you knowledgeable about what's good. A lot of organizations have dashboards that kind of help them see where they are. Some individuals have dashboards and different things, so several years ago, I'm going to say 4 or 5 years ago, the Spring Meadows congregation started doing a dashboard. It made me nervous at first. I didn't even know what it was, didn't understand it. Anytime you spring something on a preacher, he gets nervous. And I will take a minute here and show you our dashboard. I'm not going. Oh, I didn't mean to show you that. That's not what I was showing you, is it? Let's see. Let me get over here to the dashboard. There we go. Now you should see the dashboard. And so I'm not going to pull it in close and show you everything. You can do what you want to with it, but it basically gives our desired future. It gives kind of our one of our main missions and our theme for 2020. That's not 2021. And it gives you 5 defining objectives. Focus on outreach and evangelism, visitor connection, develop and communicate short-term growth plan, grow emphasis on stewardship, focus on spirituality growth and quality classes. And then it tells, if you look directly under that, it gives you it tells you who's responsible for that area. It gives you a yellow, red, or green. Green is positive, yellow is stagnant, normal, and red is negative. And then an up, down, or straight across arrow that tells you whether we're trending up, stagnant, or trending down. And then under that, it gives you some operating objectives that help us reach those defining objectives. And you can kind of look at that and see where we are and what we've been doing. And we add stuff to that every quarter. We take away every year. We add objectives. We take objectives away. It kind of helps us see where we are as a congregation. Joy, what do you think?
That's great. I think it's a good process. It's helpful just to get it out in front of you and put it on paper, as it were.
Yeah, it's not always
enough flexibility. Yeah.
So if you'll notice,
and a way to assess,
you'll notice Q1 of 2020 class attendance was yellow, which isn't red. It wasn't bad, but it was trending down, which meant 6 months or so our attendance had not been where it needed to be. And so the elders said, all right, what do we need to do? And they started talking about, well, we need to have these class offerings. We need to have these teachers. We need to talk to these families. And so if you were looking at last quarters, it would be trending up. So they kind of changed that trend. Even in this time, it's been difficult to see where we are. But you see, that is a year ago. And if you look at this year's dashboard, it would have the same desired future, but it have a different theme and some different defining objective. Right now in my mind, I don't remember what they all are. Interestingly enough, the second one over, visitor connections, there that has my name under it. For a year, I didn't do anything at all with that because of COVID. And this year, when we review these every quarter on an off-site meeting, and when we looked at visitor connections this year, it kind of hit me in the face like, oh, I hadn't done anything with that. And so the last month I spent putting some visitor connection materials together for Spring Meadows. There's some new stuff that we're going to be doing and everything. So that kind of tells where we are. So I started thinking back, when was it, Joy? January, December, late December, early January, I think.
Yeah, probably so.
That wouldn't it be neat?
These were dated mid-January.
Yeah.
When I looked at the files this morning. So
wouldn't it be neat if I had a dashboard personally, one for my own life, that told a little different than this, but kind of looked at some larger objectives I have, some things I want to be, and then how I get there, and that I could review myself monthly or quarterly. And I'll just show you my personal dashboard here real quickly. There's Dale's dashboard for life 2021. Now, if you'll notice the design there, I had nothing at all to do with that. Okay, that's the guy on the that's the other guy that did that. That's this guy right here, the guy on the right side of my screen. Did that. Joy, you did a great job with it. And so let's quickly look at it just a minute. And I had 6 areas: personal growth and development, and then financial peace of mind, productivity, declutter my life, health and wellness, and serve others. And what I have that I'm not showing you right now is in each of those 4 squares, I have the large ones are defining objectives, but I have specific goals in each of those areas. And then I'm able to circle whether I'm trending up or trending down. Kind of neat. It's been helpful to me. I'm not doing perfect, but again, it forces it in front of me. I set a reminder on my calendar the first Monday of every month to open this up and to look at the dashboard and to review where I am. And then at the end of the year, I'll have 12 of these sheets, and I'll kind of be able to review my year. So that's how this works. Joy, you started looking at it, and I don't know, you kind of thought I had a little too much on there, didn't you?
Well, not necessarily. That's what you wanted, so I just made what you wanted. Um, but it's great, and I think that's the helpfulness of creating your own dashboard is the flexibility you have to personalize it to yourself, to your goals, to your objectives, then your goals based on your objectives. So yeah, it's a lot. We can squeeze it in on one page, and we can still do more. But whatever we need to do, we'll do.
Well, that's kind of how we do it, isn't it? Whatever we need to do, we try to make that happen and everything. So it's been really useful to me, and I think it can be. So I started thinking, this could be useful for a lot of ministers because how do we, we set resolutions, we look at different things. How do we do
Well,
this?
and I'll go back on the design aspect real quick. Really, the way you approached me about it was less about, say, the layout there, and more about the ability to input it digitally.
Yes.
Right, to create it as a form.
Right.
So I'm not trying to be spoiler here. You may have been saving that for the end,
No, you are.
but that to me is kind of where there was the breakthrough for me personally, was the ability to have a tool that is not just something you can print it off, although I think that would be helpful too, but the ability to type it or edit it digitally, save it that way so that you can access it anywhere you are from your phone or tablet. And so that was the neat thing for me to explore and learn how to create that. And then we went from there to make it laid out like it is too.
Okay, and you're right. That's the beautiful thing about it, is the ability to edit it digitally. And so, Joy, then what you did is you went in and we started talking about what if we maybe no one out there, but there may be a lot of preachers out there to look at this and say, this would really be useful to me if I had something like that. If I had some way that I could kind of set some things like that, and if I could edit my own. So you were very gracious and continuing to help us out, and so we created one. You created one, and we worked through it. That was for just ministers in general, and so I'm going to pull that one up real quickly if I can. There's the dashboard for life. There are four major areas: personal growth, and you might put in there, read 10 books. You might put in there attend a conference like a Better conference. If Jeff was here, he'd fuss at me for promoting something there, right?
Promotion.
I don't know what else would you put in personal growth there.
Yeah, I mean, growing in the Word, growing in prayer.
Yes. I want to spend this much time in prayer. I want to read the Bible in this period of time. Then professional growth, there would be things you would say, all right, I want to make this many visits. I want to have this many Bible studies. I want to prepare my sermons I want to have my sermons ready to preach by Thursday every week or something like that. Professional growth. Or I want to, you also could have conferences and things like that you wanted to attend, or specific genres of areas, or maybe a talent you want to develop, like painting or poetry or poultry, right? You can do poetry or poultry. You can do
Yeah,
chicken.
you specialized in that professionally, right?
Yeah, I eat chicken professionally.
No, you've distributed it. You've cooked it. I mean, the COVID your COVID era has been defined by frozen chicken, hasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. All right, and then under there, love others, and so you could have areas in there, and some maybe someone you're struggling with, maybe some specific things you can do to serve someone, to care for someone. I said personal growth. Personal growth up at the top would also include things like I want to exercise this many hours a week, or run this many miles this year or this month or whatever. That would be into personal as well. And then what else? What am I missing here, Joy? What am I missing in any of these areas?
Within the areas themselves,
Yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned financial growth, but obviously that's something that we would do well to tend to as well. Where our finances go reveals our hearts. That's where our hearts will follow. Then it's opposite of how we often think. So tending to our financial needs is something God expects us to do.
I want to get a certain amount more. Increase it every month, $1 or $5 or $10. I want to be debt free. I want to work off this percentage of debt this year. I want to put this percentage of my income in retirement. I want to set aside this amount of money for vacation. A lot of different financial goals you could have.
Right. Yeah.
So I kind of think it could be a useful thing. So here's what we're going to do today. We're gonna try this two ways. The first way we're going to try this is we're going to anyone who goes to the Jenkins Institute and orders a copy today of the book. Don't Quit on a Friday. That's at the Jenkins Institute / sales or store. Well, I can't remember which it is, but you go to that site.
For sure. It's
Store, isn't it?
shop, I think.
Shop. It's shop. Okay. So you go to that site and you order a copy of that book, and we will send you an editable copy link to the copy of this specific. It's shop. It's thegeniusinstitute.com/shop. You can get to it any way you want to, but that'll get you there. Okay, and you order that, and we'll send you a copy of that. Order that in the next week. We'll try it for a week. If it doesn't work well, we'll figure something else out. We'd like for you to have this. Hopefully, it'll be useful to you, and you'll buy a book, and that'll work good for us too. So, sound good to you?
That works. Sounds good.
All right.
So have you released Don't Quit on a Friday? Did I miss that release?
We have not really released Don't Quit on a Friday. In fact, it is launching right now. This is how we're telling people about it. So Don't Quit on a Friday follows the bestseller Don't Quit on a Thursday, which followed the bestseller Don't Quit on a Wednesday. You can kind of see the trend there. You can buy the whole set if you don't have them. We give them away at lectureships to preachers this year. We made them available when we did our preacher therapy, free for preachers. But right now, they are now on sale at the Jenkins Institute shop, and you can buy one there. When you buy one this week, we will then give you a free copy of this dashboard for life. So, Joy, thank you so much for helping us put this together, for all you do for us, for being a part of this, and for all you do, not just for us, but for others. I know you were helpful, and I don't know how much you can tell about it, but you've been helpful in a number of other major projects within the church the last year. We appreciate all that you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to help, but thank you for the opportunity to join in today. And it was a bit of a light bulb moment for me when I was just helping you with this for quick, and that it's especially helpful in this unusual kind of COVID season. That I really think it was becoming a weakness prior to that era, that I was just leaning too much on feedback from other people and kind of external markers about whether or not I was successful or making progress, and when all those went away, even though it was painful, it was a good thing. And so this dashboard is flexible enough, open-ended enough to where it's my input, but it's still a way for me to be able to do the hard work sometimes, but also the beneficial work of tracking my own growth and doing that alongside scripture and prayer. So I'm just thankful for how simple of a tool it can be, but yet also how important of a role it can fill. So
outstanding. Thank you, man. And I do think it'll be useful to guys out there, and we'd like for you to have it. So we've taken the time we plan on taking today. Joy, go back in and enjoy Psalms, okay?
All right, we'll do.
All right. God bless y'all. We'll talk to you soon. Look forward to seeing everybody next week, Lord willing, at 10:15 on Monday for Preach Today.